Thousands of Americans are in jail over debt, Neam Harris reports. Thousands of Americans have ended up in jail over debts as small as $28, according to a new report published by the American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU. The practice is in violation of many U.S. state and federal laws, which prohibits the jailing of debtors. Around 77 million people have debts that have been transferred to and chased up by private collection agencies. RT reports. In one case cited in the report, a disabled woman who wears a prosthetic leg was shackled by her waist and feet by two armed U.S. Marshals before being put in jail overnight. Quote, "They had a warrant for my arrest, and I asked them for what, and they didn't say what it was for. He said, 'He'll tell you later,'" end quote, said Tracy Mosey of Dickinson, Texas. Law enforcement officials had entered Mosey's bedroom to arrest her over a $1,500 federal student loan she took out in 1986 to pay for truck driving school. The loan had mushroomed to $13,000 with interest and fees. Mosey was unable to pay because she is unemployed and lives on disability benefits. The ACLU examined more than 1,000 cases in which civil court judges issued arrest warrants for debtors. In some instances, the amounts were as small as $28. Letters were sent over bounced checks as low as $2, the ACLU found. The report is the first ever to analyze the cooperation between courts and the private debt collection industry across the U.S., according to the ACLU. Private debt collectors use the criminal justice system to try to compel repayments, even when the debts are disputed or when the debtor cannot repay. More than 6,000 debt collection firms operate in the United States, collecting billions of dollars each year. Following their arrest, debtors may remain in jail for 7 days until they can pay the bill. They can pay the bail. In some cases, the ACLU found some people were locked up for as long as 2 weeks. This practice violates the many state and federal laws, as well as international human rights standards that prohibit the jailing of debtors. The report finds that the long-term consequences of arrests for both courts and people can be profound and scary. Arrest warrants can be entered into background check databases, which mean they can jeopardize future employment, housing applications, education, and access to security clearances. In one case in Maryland, an elderly couple were jailed because they did not appear at a district court hearing for which they had never been served notice. Isaac, 83 years old, and his wife Doris owed $2,342.76 to their homeowners association and $450 in attorney's fees. They had never been served with notice of the hearing, which had itself been scheduled because they failed to appear at a post-judgment proceeding for which they also had never been served. While in detention, Isaac began vomiting blood and became non-responsive, according to the report. While debtors' prisons were outlawed by Congress almost 200 years ago, in reality, the practice seems to live on. Neam Harris reports for your Newswire.